Hi, this is Kelly for paperbeadrollers.com. Now with paper beading, there are so many design possibilities that it's easy to get overwhelmed or stuck when you're trying to come up with new ideas. And when I need to make a gift for somebody and I have a tight timeline, poof, all my inspiration goes right out the window. In today's video, I'll share one of the methods I use to give my inspiration a jump start when I'm stuck in one of those ruts. I'll also share some tips for incorporating traditional beads and paper beads into one cohesive piece. Let's get started. I was walking through Joann Fabrics a while back, perusing the jewelry aisle, looking for anything interesting when a set of strung beads caught my eye. I loved the color of the blue beads, the silver detailing, and the way all of the different beads worked together to create a cohesive look and feel. You know how sometimes you see something and it just sparks a bit of joy in your heart? Well, that was the case with me and these beads, and I instantly envisioned, in my head, how I could combine this strand with paper beads to make it more elegant and to just put my own spin on this grouping. When you're combining paper beads with a traditional bead grouping like this, one way to ensure that everything looks good together is to choose one element that carries through to the paper beads. For example, I could have made my paper beads in this lovely blue shade, or I could have made the beads round, or I could dress them up with silver and crystal bling. In this case, I decided to use a contrasting color, white, but to bring the consistency through using rounded beads in silver bead caps. So while my paper beads are much simpler than the fancy store-bought beads, they have two elements that are consistent, so the entire piece blends together nicely. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule. You know as well as I do that creativity has no bounds. But if you're looking for guidance in how to mix your paper beads with traditional beads, it's a great place to start. Let's take a walk through my project and I'll show you how I brought it all together. Here are the supplies and tools you'll need. Head to the craft store or online and choose a strand of mixed beads that you just love. Using the guidelines I gave you, decide which paper beads you'll pair with it. I chose round 8mm paper beads. I'll put a link in the description to the video where you can learn to make these round beads and to the digital download templates you can buy from paperbeadrollers.com. I'm going to put these silver bead caps from Cousin on my paper beads. I'll also use 49 strand bead-along beading wire, two wire guardians, which are optional. I'll need some silver crimps, and because I don't like the beads to come all the way behind my neck, I'll use some chain on my project. I'll also use a round closure. Now you won't need many tools for this design. A crimping tool, standard jewelry pliers, scissors, and some glue for the bead caps. I like Aleene's tacky glue. First, we'll open the bead caps. Now there's something about this packaging that I really like. Once you get the cardboard off, you'll see the bead caps are in this sealed blister pack. Now if you cut off all of the edges of the pack, you end up with two small containers that you can use to hold beads and findings while you're working. Pretty cool, huh? Now we can put on the bead caps. Because these are so small, I'm going to put some glue on my palette and use a toothpick to put the glue on the beads. I'm holding the bead with a larger skewer. Now you need one large enough that it will hold the bead securely, but the end of the skewer doesn't stick out and push the bead cap up when you try to put it on. Just spread the glue right around the bead hole. Now if you get any inside the bead core, use your toothpick to clear it out. Otherwise, you may have trouble stringing your beads later. Now here's how I get my bead caps on straight. I put the bead cap down on the surface and I just press the bead down into it. That way it's easy to get centered. Now, put the cap on the other side of the bead in the same way. Let them dry until the caps are secure. It's time to string our beads. Here I've laid out the design I'm going to string. Cut enough beading wire to hold all of your beads with a few inches extra. I'm going to put a wire guardian on the end so that my beads don't fall off the wire while I'm stringing. Wire guardians are optional, but I like to use them because they protect the beading wire from fraying and they can extend the life of a piece. Thread the beading wire onto one side, then take it up and over the top of the guardian and into the other side. Now pull your crimp bead up, make sure both ends of the wire are through it. Straighten your ends so they're not crossed, and then use your crimping pliers to crimp down hard and catch those wires in place. Great! Now we can string our beads. I'm not doing anything complicated with this piece. We're going for a short and sweet project here, the kind of thing you can do when you're under a tight deadline. So I'm just going to string all of these beads in the order that I laid them out on my beading tray. I'm going to fast forward this part and I'll meet you when it's done. Now that the beads are all strung, I'll add my crimp and wire guardian to this other side. There we go. The best part of this piece is done. Now I just need to add my chain. To determine how much chain you need, hold the piece on your chest where you want it to fall and measure around your neck. Now I'm only going to need about 6 inches of chain. I'm going to connect the chain to the wire guardians using a jump ring. Now if you want, you could have put the chain link onto the wire guardian before you crimped it in place and avoided a jump ring altogether. The first side is done. And now the second side is on. Great! Now for the clasp. I'll figure out where my center point is and take out the link in that spot. Then I'll use a jump ring to attach the clasp. I'll also add a large jump ring on the other side to make it easy to clasp behind my neck. And that's how you can create a quick and easy mixed bead project when you're out of inspiration or strapped for time. Click that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed to my channel, and head over to Facebook to join me in the Paper Bead Fanatics group. And if you want to learn how to make the round beads I used in this video, the link is in the description below. Happy rolling!